I think as a creative, especially as a creative, you really cannot compare your story, your journey, your life to anybody else's, because what is yours is yours. And what is for you is always going to be for you. It's not going to pass you up. And I think for social media, and especially Instagram, it's so easy to get caught up in, oh my God, like, she's writing articles all the time. She's always on a shoot. Whatever it is that you identify as an artist, to compare yourself to other artists. Like for me, a lot of people are like, yeah, Brie, I know you making that money. I know you out here grinding, like you always up to stuff. Yeah, but half of y'all don't know that most of the time I'll be walking around with like $4 in my account, because a lot of these shoots sometimes are not paid. They're not paid because I go after the opportunities and I go after the networking and the stuff that will come from it in the future. But right now, that's just how it is. There have been times I've walked around with at least $2 in my account for the entire week, and that's really about it. Everybody keeps saying, yeah, Brie, I know you making that money. Not really. Yeah, I do occasionally, but your girl has bills to pay. I have things that I legitimately have to pay for, that things that still ain't been paid for like the last year that I'm trying to work off. And then even dealing with like personal stuff like parents' divorce, just working through that and what that is, family wise, emotional wise, so there's just a lot of things. It's like, you really cannot compare your story to anybody else's. You don't know what people have been through. Just like I said, I don't be having money in my account most of the time. And even if I do, it has to go to something. I'm thankful that I get the jobs that I get. I'm very, very thankful, and I've learned that. But at the same time, y'all don't be knowing. It be a struggle. Like, the struggle is real. Having to deal with the emotions of just like family, family dynamics. My family dynamic has changed a lot, and that's been hard, so what I decide to show the world is what I decide to show to the world. But that's what I think of it as. Not like, I'm trying to show off and show people like what I'm doing and what I'm doing is great. No, I want to be able to share my experiences with the world so that they can see, that there is a black woman out here doing what she has to do to make things work. I can't stress how important it is to have a really, really strong support system, a really, really strong foundation of people that you can count on. If you're having a show, you know that these people are going to show up. If you're writing articles, you know that they're going to read every last word that you write. If you're an artist, a painter, you know that they're going to be at every one of your exhibitions, and they might not buy all your paintings, but they'll definitely buy something. Might be something small or something that they know they can afford, but they're supporting you is the point. People that are going to give you constructive criticism, that aren't going to criticize you. They're going to be there to help you to figure out what it is you need to improve on without making you feel bad about it. Find a mentor, find people that are going to advocate for you, people who are just going to look out for you in general. Like, I feel like this is really, really important, because as an artist, you need that support. You need people who are going to be there to support you no matter what you do. Even if you're just starting out, even if you're an expert, but you still need, a team of people to say, hey, like, you're doing an awesome job. I love what you do. Keep going. What I always do is I literally have a running list of all the stuff that I know I need to do for the day, for the week, for the month. I make sure that all my goals are written down in my little notes thing on my phone. I even italicize it based on the time I want it to be done. Like, I try to keep it really, really organized, because I'm the type of person that if I don't see it directly in front of me, I'm not going to be thinking about it. And sometimes that's not helpful when you're working for yourself, and you don't really have anybody else to keep you accountable but you. You can keep a vision board in your room. That way you can kind of see your goals like always in front of you. Sometimes it might help just to write it down. I do that as well. I keep like a little notebook of all the projects that I'm doing. Like if I'm writing a script, or if I know I'm getting ready to produce a segment, I'll write like all the questions in there. So, just make sure that you keep yourself organized. Make sure that you always see your goals in front of you so that you never forget them, that they're always just there right in front of you. You can't run away from it because it's something that you want to complete. This right here, I'm still trying to figure out how to do. Thankfully, I've learned when to take a nap, whether it be 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 2 hours, because I'm the type of person who is very, very mobile and very active and won't stop until like my body tells me like, hey, you're starting to get sick. Like, you should calm down. And I've always been like that since I was in high school. I would just keep going, run. In college, I went to Lehman College, so I was at a commuter school. I was working, grinding, schooling, just, always working, always doing different stuff. And I just never learned how to take a break, never learned how to just like stop. So now that the grind is like 24, well, actually like 26/9, basically, it's needed. It's always needed to take a nap, take a day off from the things, because I'm always thinking about the next thing, always thinking about the next. So it's just important to give your mind and your body just rest, because you can't pour from an empty cup, which, I'm really starting to learn. Some days I'm just like, nope, I'm not doing anything. Just not turning off my phone. Do not disturb. No texts, no calls. And sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. If you're like me and you're constantly running, constantly doing, constantly thinking, always, mental health and emotional health is just really, really important. And I can't stress how important it is to just really understand when enough is enough. It's real easy to get stuck in, why did I start? Like, why am I doing this? I'm not making any money. I'm not where I want to be. I'm not this, I'm not that. But I think at the end of the day, you have to just realize, like, there was a reason why you started. There was a reason why you decided to take that leap of faith. And you have to remind yourself of that every day. No matter how hard it gets, because, being a creative, being a freelancer, just being an artist in general, sometimes it can get difficult because the process takes longer, I feel like, especially because you're always going, always doing, always thinking. And at least like for me, like, I just want to rush through things a lot of times. I just want to get through it and make it to that next step. And it's just like, okay, I've been doing this 10 months now. This is not where I want to be. And then it's like, well, I don't want to be here. So I'm just going to stay in bed because I'm not with this. I don't want to do this. Da-da-da. But then it's like, I post something and it just makes me think about, wow, like I actually did that. People are actually liking it. People are responding to it. And it just, it changes my, my whole dynamic. It makes me remember why I started, like, to get that feeling of just like peace looking at the stuff that I've created. So it's something that you have to remind yourself of every day, 24/7, just like, this is why I'm here.